Hey guys, it's Sue. I'm back here again talking about Emory. I know that in less than 1 month, I think freshmen are going to be moving in, so I thought I'd hop back on here and answer some more questions about Emory. I posted a video a couple months ago about Emory and some of the frustrations that I've had with it, and a lot of people have been commenting and messaging me about concerns that they've had about Emory, and I just wanted to address some of the questions right here on my channel so that more people can view them. If you have any more questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Please write them in the comments below or message me, and maybe I can make another video addressing more comments later. The first question that I usually get is, what are the popular majors at Emory? I'm a computer science major. That is definitely not the most popular. The most popular track is pre-health, which is kind of vague, but it has a lot of majors that fall under it. So a lot of chem, bio, NBB, human health majors would be under this category. A lot of them are planning to go to nursing school or graduate school for public health, or definitely med school. Because of the popularity of Emory's public health graduate school and the med school, I would say that this is a lot of where undergraduate students want to go because of the prestige revolving those schools. The second most popular major is pretty much anything in the business school. Our business schools also ranked pretty highly, so that would include finance, consulting, accounting, marketing, ISOM, which is like information systems and operation management, and some other categories that I can't remember. I'm not in the business school, so I don't really know all of them. So how the business school works at Emory is that there are some classes you have to take that are prerequisites before you apply, and then you get to apply to the business school in your sophomore year, and then you either start in your sophomore year or your junior year, preferably 2 years you do that. Also, same goes for the nursing school. I'm pretty sure it's 2 years. After those two major groups, I would say most popular majors include econ, math. I've seen a lot of like poli-sci majors and English majors, but I wouldn't say those are definitively as large as the pre-med or BBA students. Popular question that I get after that is, can I double major, triple major, major, double minor, blah, blah, blah. That always gets me because people are so ambitious, and I guess that's why that attracts them to Emory. But at Emory, they have a rule where you can't have more than 2 like concentrations. So either you major, or you major minor, or you double major. Which kind of sucks because I had planned on majoring and double minoring, but you can't double minor at Emory. A lot of students will find a way to go around this rule because they want to have a broad spectrum of things that they major in. So you can apply for like joint majors, which are really cool. The one that I'm most familiar with is in the computer science department, so a math and computer science joint major. So you can become a math and computer science major as one major and then also major in something else. There's also econ, math, religion and psychology, history and English, classics in English, Spanish and linguistics, and there's a bunch more. You can go check it out on their website. So an example of somebody going around that rule will be someone doing econ, math, and then English and classics. So that will be sort of 4 things into 2 majors. I wouldn't recommend doing all those things, but if you really want to, there's always that option. People always ask me, how are the professors at Emory? And yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag. I've had professors that I really, really love, but also I've had professors that I really hate. And I've had professors sort of in between that as well. I would say a good professor for me would be somebody who's engaging and somebody who just generally wants you to walk away having learned something in their class or in their department. So my freshman year, I took a psychology class with Professor Andrew Kazama. He is famously known for being one of the best professors at Emory. I knew I was only going to take one psychology class, and it had to be his. His lectures were so engaging, and every single time he would want you to walk away knowing something that's practical. And every single time I left class, I left satisfied, and I wanted to go to his classes because I knew that he would be an amazing lecturer. I've had professors who aren't equipped to be talking in front of people ever. Like professors who showed they genuinely just didn't want to be there, that they didn't want to deal with college students, or that they were more focused on their research than teaching the class. I just think that there was a very clear distinction of whether you were there to get paid or you were there because you wanted to teach. So I would say it's a mixed bag. Honestly, some of those professors I could have avoided if I had just talked to more people about which professors were good, and if I had relied more on ratemyprofessors.com. There were a couple teachers that I couldn't avoid because they were like the only ones teaching it, and I couldn't delay taking those classes. I wouldn't let that deter you from any major or from going to Emory in general. I think that's the case in almost all schools. You're gonna have a mix of good and not so great teachers. I guess a very important question to answer is, how is the dining hall food? Okay, I like the dining hall food. That seems to be a hotly debated topic at our school. When I was a freshman, we had a dining hall called The Duck. I think the food was pretty decent. The staff was very responsive if you talked to them. Several times, a bunch of people had gone to them with concerns and suggestions, asking them, why don't we have shellfish in our dining hall? Or can we get X and X food to be the meal next week? And they would be very responsive, and they want to talk to you, and they want to change and make the best of their food. That was my freshman year. My sophomore year, they decided that they were going to close the Duck so that they could redo construction in that building. So they made the duckling, which is like the small duck. I got like 100 meal swipes for a semester, and I maybe used 15 of them. The duckling was pretty bad, and it wasn't like completely awful. It was definitely not compared to the Duck, and I definitely did not want to eat there if I didn't have to. I think this coming fall, they have a new dining hall, and it's supposedly supposed to be better than our freshman year dining hall. So we'll see about that. In terms of other eating on campus, there's Cox, which has a lot of different food vendors there. So they have like pizza, tacos, they have like rice bowls. I would say their food is pretty decent. They don't take meal swipes, so you're gonna have to use like the Dooley dollars, which is like money you put on your card. Other places to eat is Highland Bakery and Caldi's. Both are fairly overpriced. There's the Sack, which is on the Claremont campus. The food is pretty bad. I do not eat there. My favorite place when I was a freshman was the Woodwreck. I haven't been there in 2 years, so I can't speak for it right now. But when I was a freshman, Woodwreck was so good. So they only open at night. We would go there every night and get like pizza and chicken fingers, and I'm pretty sure that's how I gained 20 pounds my freshman year, because we would go there every day. They take meal swipes, so unlimited times we could go there. So in general, I would say Emory food is pretty good. The dining halls are responsive to your comments and your questions, and that to me is the most important part. I don't want a dining hall that's static. They try their best to change things up, but you can only do so much as a college dining hall, and I think we're pretty up there in terms of good food. People also ask me how the work-life balance is, which when I think of that question, I think of full-time jobs that people are doing and how is their work-life balance at their company, but I can see how that applies to schools. And I think Emory is a little bit on the more studious side, but definitely not to the extreme. I have several reasons of saying this. A disclaimer, I am not one of those students who takes studying to the extreme. I also don't like the other end where I'm partying all the time. I think I've found a perfect middle ground for myself. I would say a lot of students are on the more studious side because Emory is a highly competitive school to get into. A lot of people were the tops of their class in high school, and they've just sort of brought that into Emory with them. Finals week is a real crackdown. People in midterm season, always in the library. I don't think a lot of people jeopardize their GPA for some of their leisure stuff, but at the same time, I can confidently say that almost every single person at Emory is involved in 2 or more school organizations, clubs, sorority fraternities, anything like that. People want to be involved, people want to meet other people. I wouldn't say that we're so studious that we're antisocial. We like to have a good time, and yes, we also like to crack down and study, but that doesn't mean that on the weekends we're not having fun. The last and most popular question I get is, should I go to Emory or this other school? Honestly, I don't know how to answer that, because that's all up to you, right? If you ask somebody who loves Emory, they'll say go to Emory. If you ask somebody who loves the other school, they'll tell you to go to the other school. And it all depends on what you're looking for in a school. The best advice I could give is to watch more videos like this or some of my other videos talking about Emory. Watch some videos about people who go to the other school that you're talking about. Talk to them directly if you know anybody. Visit the school and see which ones are right for you. I knew as soon as I visited Emory that I would really enjoy the campus feel, and that was important for me. Look into demographic, look into location, look into class sizes, and just see what fits for you. The biggest thing is also don't go to Emory or don't not go to Emory because of one thing you heard. There are a million factors that contribute to a good college experience, and don't let the one thing deter you or impact how you choose your school. It's a personal choice for you, and I hope that you make the best decision for yourself. So those are a couple questions that I've been getting in my message inbox and some of my comments on my videos. If you have any more questions, feel free to put them down in the comments below. I would love to answer them. I know how stressful it can be to be applying to school and picking your school, and also becoming a freshman not knowing what to expect at Emory. At the end of the day, I hope that you pick the right school and that you're excited to go and that you make the most of your opportunity. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Oh my god, who is honking outside? Okay.